The helpful folks at Harris Ace Hardware say thank you for choosing Harris Ace as your favorite place to buy hardware and building supplies. Stop by Harris Ace Hardware and check out their weekly deals. Sign up for Ace Rewards and start earning points toward coupons and rewards. You'll even receive a $5 coupon just for signing up. Harris Ace Hardware in Jesup, Hinesville, Eulonia, and now in Brunswick. They are ready to serve your everyday building and hardware needs. Harris Ace Hardware.
It's time now for the latest in local sports. In sports, the excitement builds as we're now just a week away from the start of the high school football season here in the state of Georgia. Our Wayne County Yellow Jackets in the new Region 158 with the likes of Warner Robins, Veterans, Coffee, and our former and still current region foe, the Gators of Ware County. Coach Ken Cribb, the special guest at yesterday's Rotary Club meeting, and we had a chance to check in with him, get his thoughts on football kicking off a week from this Friday.
Here, Coach Ken Cribb, we're a week away from high school football. People are getting excited. The kids have been practicing after school. How have the practices going after school?
It's going really, really good, other than it's extremely hot. I feel like I'm baking every day, but, yesterday we talked about, having to deal with adversity and dealing with the heat and how it's making us tougher. And so, when we play next Friday, I think they're going to see that games are a lot easier in practice.
You spoke to Rotary Club on Thursday. Said you're going to take 48 kids of the team on a road game. Is that correct?
That's where we're looking at right now. We got 48 targeted to travel, and just trying to be smart with that. Not trying to, keep kids out of it, but the guys that are going to have a chance to hit the field, and with all the COVID regulations we're having to adhere to, it's just trying to be very smart with what we do, and just getting ready to get this thing kicked off.
Joe and I talked about one thing we're curious about. We mentioned those 7-on-7s, no scrimmages. Only had the one inter-squad scrimmage last Friday night. How sharp do you think the kids will be? Are we going to see a lot of offsides, penalties, and things like that? What do you think?
I hope not, but probably. We're working on those things.
That's what those 7-on-7 scrimmages are all about.
It is.
Without those, it's going to be tough.
It is, and that's going to be a goal of ours, is try to limit the mistakes we make, and because it's going to be probably the team that makes the fewest mistakes, and it's the cleanest and most effective. So that's the thing we've been working on the last week and a half, is really just paying attention to detail and ironing out the kinks, and trying to limit the number of little things like that.
Statesboro is no longer a region opponent, but it's a familiar opponent. It's always been a dogfight when we go over there. I still remember Levante Larry blocking the PAT for us to hold on for a 7-6 win. There's been some real tight games over in Statesboro. They always play tough.
Well, one thing about it, Statesboro is going to be very well coached, and they're going to be extremely tough, and they're going to be really good on defense. I think we're not sure exactly how many returning starters they have on defense. Just not clear on the roster and the names. It's a guessing game, to be honest with you, because we don't have a lot of film to look at. So we're going off mostly stuff from last year. So we haven't seen anybody this year on film. So, but we're guessing they're going to have anywhere from around eight or nine starters back on defense, and I know they're going to be solid on defense for sure.
Well, Coach, we'll look forward to talking to you next week on the Coach's Show and get ready for Friday night again. People are excited. 7 days away from high school football. It's finally here, and we'll look forward to a big game next Friday.
It's already affected my sleep, Bob, but nobody's more excited than I am, and I appreciate the job y'all do. Go Jackets.
And once again, it's Wayne County at Statesboro next Friday night, 7:30, the first meeting of the Wayne County Touchdown Clubs. This is going to be Monday night, 7 p.m. at Western Sizzlin. President of the club, Lynn Lewis, and Coach Ken Cribb, going to join us shortly on the Butch and Bob Show to talk about that. Colquitt County had to cancel their first 2 games of the season due to multiple players having to be quarantined due to the coronavirus. Principal told the Moultrie Observer that most of the offensive and defensive linemen tested positive for the virus had to be quarantined. Colquitt's first game now, September 18th, against Banneker from Fulton County, that also is not playing the first 2 weeks of the season. Everyone in Colquitt, though, is waiting for that September 25th game against Valdosta, as former coach Rush Prost, now the head coach at Valdosta High School. We'll have a high school scoreboard show next week, but it will come out of 680 The Fan in Atlanta. It does begin next Friday from 10 to midnight. The host will be Steve West, Chris Monahan, and Brandon Joseph. They take over for Tommy Palmer, who retired after doing the show the past 15 years. Tommy remains under hospice care, has been there since May. He's battling cancer. 680 in partnership with the Georgia News Network. Once again, the show begins a week from Friday from 10 to 12 midnight. GHSA on Thursday established guidelines for quarantine players returning to practice after being sidelined for 5 days. Those players must undergo 5 days of reacclimation, last of which allows full pads but no games. So that means the first 3 days are helmets only. Girls varsity and JV volleyball teams in action Thursday. The JV girls beat McIntosh 2-0. In varsity play, the girls beat McIntosh 2-0 but lost to Brunswick by a score 2-1. Girls head to Brunswick next Thursday. We've got varsity girls softball this afternoon, a makeup game that was rained out last week against the Lady Pirates at Brunswick High School. Game time 6 p.m. Our pregame begins at 5:50 this afternoon. We'll join the Braves and Phillies in progress. That game will begin on AM 1370. Braves had the Thursday off after sweeping the Yankees, and the Wednesday doubleheader again in Philadelphia this weekend. Cross-country team for the third straight Saturday morning in competition this weekend at Cochran, Georgia, for the Clash of the 2-milers. Race begins at 8 a.m. tomorrow morning. Cross-country team off to a nice start. Some good times posted this early in the season. We wish them well this Saturday. And in middle school softball yesterday, Arthur Williams defeated Brantley County by a score of 7-6. That's going to do it for the latest in local sports. Sports is brought to you each and every day this time by friends at Harris Ace Hardware.
Our customers comes first at First Franklin Financial. It's not just a slogan, it's the way we do business.